If the thought of Parmesan olive bread sounds appealing to you, then you may want to try this one. Not only is the flavor flat out amazing, but the texture of both the crust and crumb come out differently in a nice way than the basic no-knead method. The crust is thinner and lighter, and the crumb is smooth and moist. This recipe is super simple, and it doesn't really require a separate video. I just thought that the results warranted the extra attention. Okay, so this recipe calls for using 7 ounces of grated Parmesan cheese, and I highly recommend using fresh Parmesan. This is the Parmigiano Reggiano. It just tastes so much better. And once you grate Parmesan cheese, it starts to oxidize and lose its flavor. So here I've weighed out 7 ounces of fresh Parmesan cheese, and about the only thing challenging about this recipe is grating it. You can use one of these microplane graters, which are really nice, but they're too slow for this much cheese. This kind of grater will work okay, but if you have a food processor with a grater attachment, that's pretty ideal. It goes really fast. Now here's where I pretty much botched this video production, so I'm just going to narrate most of the rest. So I've got the Parmesan grated, and if 7 ounces of Parmesan seems excessive to you, all I can say is try it, you'll like it. In this bowl I have the flours and salt, only 1 teaspoon of salt added as the cheese and olives have plenty of their own. If I were going to bake this recipe using instant yeast, I'd also have a 1/4 teaspoon of instant yeast in there. Now I mix in the Parmesan cheese. Mix that all up. And here I'm adding a 1/4 cup of starter to 1 3/4 cups of water and mixing that into the bowl. And as you can see, the Kalamata olives have magically appeared as well, 2/3 of a cup of them. And after it's all mixed together, cover in plastic and rest for 18 hours at room temperature. All the rest is pretty much the same as the basic no-knead videos, so I'm going to fast forward through most of this. Now here's where I spray the proofing basket with oil and coat it with bran. It's still the best system I've seen for keeping the dough from sticking to the basket. Now normally I don't sprinkle flour on the base of the cloche, but I'm doing it here because I'm thinking all the cheese and olives in the dough might stick to the bottom. I'm also going to bake the bread for an extra 5 minutes, or 35 minutes total at 500 degrees with the lid on, and then an extra 15 minutes with the lid off at 475. That's a pretty good looking loaf. Didn't stick to the bottom, that's nice. So let's see what's going on in here. Oh my gosh, it slices through like butter. This is great. This is going to be really good bread. This is only the second time I've made this kind, and it's come out great both times, so I think I can safely recommend it. If you try this yourself, please let me know how it goes.